For the love of food and drink at O'Hara's Kennebunk, Morning Walk Lane, soups, salads, sandwiches, treats, and meals to go. Thursday to Sunday, 10 to 4. Welcome to Cloudy with a Chance of Pizza. I'm tracking 2 storms in Maine the next couple of days. A little sun mixed with clouds right now. And yeah, let's go ahead and get a pizza in the oven. We'll check on that later and find out where our mystery pizza is going to be. Take a look at the forecast. Let's get right into it here. This is 1 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. And I want to show you the snow coming in to the south and the west. You see that here over New Hampshire and the seacoast. So after midnight, after 1 o'clock in the morning is where that blue is going to come into Maine. That's the snow coming in from the south and the west. And it's going to overspread Maine pretty quickly in the overnight. By 6 o'clock in the morning, it is snowing everywhere except down east, everywhere except Caribou and Holton. And it's going to be picking up and being heavy by 7 o'clock in the morning. Portland, the southern coast, Rangeley, Greenville, Bangor, all heavy snow. It has not changed over just yet, except for just along the southern coast there in Kittery, where you see a little snow changing over to some rain at that time. So there will be a changeover, but it's going to take time before that happens. So by 8 o'clock in the morning, you're going to work. It is all snow for pretty much all of Maine. And then I'll stop it here at 10 o'clock in the morning and watch what happens with the storm. Warm air coming up from the south, so it's starting to rain. South Portland heading down Route 1, heading down 95. But it's snowing heavily in Augusta, heavily in Bar Harbor, heavily up in Clayton Lake, heavily in Holton. So a moderate bunch of snow coming down as those heavy bands are coming in from the south and the west. Put the map into motion. We'll stop it at lunchtime, right at noon for tomorrow. And notice here, you've got a light freezing mix here, interior portion of Cumberland County and also just northwest corner there of York County, southern Oxford. Freiburg, you're still snowing. We are changing over. Bangor, it's all snow, but it's rain up towards Augusta, back towards MDI and Cadillac. A little bit of a dry slot working in here over getting close to the northwest of Greenville, heading up towards the Boundary Plateau. It's all snow up in the county at this time. So I'll put the map into motion again, take you through the day on Thursday, and watch what happens in the afternoon. It's changing over to all rain in Bangor, all rain in Augusta, all rain in Bar Harbor, still snowing in Holton, Caribou, and Clayton Lake. By 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the dry air is beginning to win and take over. All that dry air is coming in from the south. And notice here, it is an all-snow situation up in Holton at this time. And that's where the storm continues to push through and out of here. Now, it's still going to be snowing on the backside of the storm. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the night, Boundary Plateau, North Woods getting some snow. So I put the end time for the storm Friday morning, but most of this comes through during the day early on Thursday, and then it is out of here. And then put the map into motion now. Let's go through Friday, and then you see here, obviously, it is over. So the storm is done. So we'll take a look now at the satellite picture. I want to show you what's going on. Here's all that moisture coming up from the south of the Gulf of Mexico. There's your storm. There's your cloud shield getting up into Maine. So while it's sunny now, it's going to get cloudy tonight, and that storm is on the way. Take a look at the forecast here in the next couple of days. I want to show you the storm coming out of the south from the Gulf of Mexico with severe weather into tonight, and then notice here into Thursday, and then during the day Thursday, here's that storm coming up from the south here. So yes, we got a storm coming. It'll start off as snow and change over to a freezing mix. And then just before we get to the actual snow map I made, hold on a second. Here's the wind chill forecast for Tuesday morning. Minus 16, negative 18, minus 21. That's just a preview of that, what's coming after our 2 storms, right? I said 2 storms in basically 4 days. So I want to show you, everyone's asking me about the Sunday storm. I want to show you that Sunday storm. Here's what I know, what I don't know. So what I know is the storm is going to happen Sunday. This one, look at your cluster here of cyclone locations here. So this is where the storm is going to be, all the energy riding up the spine of the Appalachian Mountains. So there is not a consensus of where this low, where the actual low is going to be. Is it going to be farther inland, close to the coast? Right now, it's centered around Oneonta, right in the center of New York, okay, up in the Catskills. Where is the track going to be for the storm here? So I don't know the exact track, so I can't tell you how much snow is going to fall just yet for this storm, because the track of the storm notice here, this is by Sunday night while the storm is going. The storm right now is right over Maine, but there is not a consensus of exactly how much cold air is going to be in place, how much warm air is going to erode that cold air, and where is that storm going to go. So, because of that, because I don't know that yet, I can't tell you the snow amounts for Sunday, but I can tell you there is definitely a storm coming. That I am 100% certain is happening. So let's take a look at the graphics here. Here's the forecast that I made for the storm. We'll do one storm at a time, okay? One storm at a time here. And here is that forecast. 1 to 3 coast up towards Sanford, Portland, Bath, Rockland, Bar Harbor. 3 to 6 interior York County, Bridgeton, Freiburg. Now, I expect Freiburg and Bridgeton to be very close to that 6-inch range. A little bit more because of the cold air that's going to be in place. Then you go to a place like Dover, Foxcroft, Lincoln, you're 3 to 6. You're getting closer to that 6 to 12. And then Millinocket, you're right around 6 to 8. Presque Isle, you're 6 to 12. 12 to 18, though, when you're heading up into the North Woods, the Boundary Plateau, the Allagash, that's where you're getting, obviously, the majority of that snow. Okay, so that's going to be happening. There's the snow coming down, and there it is. Snow coming down heavy at times, and where it's going to stay, all snow. So I'll put the maps into motion now. Here are the start times for the precip tonight for southern and western Maine after midnight. And these will all be available on jasonneppeweather.com if you want to click the blog, but I'm going to go through them now. Start time, 6 o'clock in the morning for Bangor, 10 o'clock in the morning up in the county. And here's the ice. So there's not a lot of ice with this storm. There's a light glaze, generally less than 1/10 of an inch. This is going to be, once again, away from the coastline where you get a light freezing drizzle, light accumulation of some sleet. This is not an ice storm. It's not a very big deal. Then the end time for the precip. So in southern Maine, this is going to end around about 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. And then for up down east, it ends around 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. And up in the county, it's going to end at 2 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Now, the storm is not major. It will be significant for places like up in the county, especially. This is just going to be a slippery mess for us. The impacts are relatively minor, though, outside of the northern mountains, outside of the Boundary Plateau, where you're going to have much more significant impacts. You get a lot more snow. Not a lot of ice up north, though, so I don't expect a lot in the way of power outages. Also, not a lot of wind with this storm either. So for York County and southern York County, this is just a nothing burger of a storm. It's really not much at all. You get an inch or two. I don't even expect Kittery to get 3 inches of snow. Here's my 10-day forecast in the mountains. I have Storm Tracker up for tomorrow, and then also again Saturday into Sunday. And then next week, I have taken out the storm next week because I'm not confident yet that it is going to be on track, that it's going to hit us. So I've taken it out. For inland, this forecast is 29-23. Storm Tracker up Thursday into Saturday, Sunday. So 2 storms the next 4 days. And with that, you've got heavy accumulation on Sunday of snow and potentially ice. So you're going to watch out very closely here for the weekend forecast because there's a lot that can change. For the coastline, I have Storm Tracker up, although really it's more of a Storm Tracker heading farther up the coastline. The southern coast is pretty much nothing. And then got to watch Saturday night to Sunday for snow over to freezing rain. So for Nappy's notes, it is snow to a wintry mix and rain today for tonight and tomorrow. The weekend storm impacts, I'm tracking those. And it's a snow to wintry mix. Once again, snow and ice mixing in for the weekend. And next week's storm trend, right? Now, next week storm is trending out to sea for us. So I'm taking it out of the 10-day forecast for now. Today's forecast, it's sun and clouds mix. A lot of clouds coming in from the south. Temperatures are going to be below your typical high of 31, which is not all that cold. And wind northeast 10 to 15. For tomorrow, there's your storm day. I do not expect a lot of school closing for this, especially outside of the mountains. There's going to be a few inches, handle that, but I could certainly see some delays for sure. This is more of an advisory than a warning criteria storm outside of the mountains. Snow to a wintry mix and rain. 23 degrees up in the mountains. It's going to be all snow there. For the Mariners, small craft going up tomorrow, not so much for today. And that's a look at the forecast there. Wait, I forgot about the pizza. I forgot about the pizza. Okay, well, hold on. Let's take a look. And there it is, your mystery pizza. This pizza, right? Foundation Brew in Portland. So you want to talk about unique pizzas here. Pulling this pizza out of the oven here. This is a pizza that I love a lot because it's different than what you typically get in Maine. I get a lot of questions about where can I find Detroit-style pizza that is authentic in Maine. And this is the spot. I have had several pizzas here. What John and his staff are doing is his Foundation Brew in Portland, Maine. It's worth the drive. You get those crispy edges. That's called a frico on the edge. The cheese that's pushed to the edge of the pan and it comes out just a nice golden brown. And the sauce goes on top, and there's got to be a pound of cheese. If you love cheese and you think it's a heavy pizza, it's actually not a heavy pizza even with a pound of cheese. That's the trick of Detroit-style pizza. This one is mushrooms and pepperoni, my favorite. And just, I love this pizza. If I really want to indulge, and I eat the whole thing. I mean, just look at those edges you see on the corners there. It is a perfect Detroit-style pizza from someone that is from Detroit, right? So just a great spot. Thank you, John, for all the hospitality, all the times I've been there. It's also a great place if you want to go there and have a beer. I don't drink, so for me, my vice is the pizza, clearly. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to reach out to be a sponsor. Thank you. I want to thank our sponsor for the day, obviously, our sponsors every day for making this possible. And thank you for following here on jasonnappyweather.com and Nappicast. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next time.